Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk to you about getting serious and getting smart. Because let me tell you, hard work alone isn't enough. You need a clear direction, a strong mindset, and the right strategies to truly succeed. Think about it for a moment. How many of you have ever felt like you're putting in all this effort but not seeing the results you want? Maybe you're working long hours at your job, but the paycheck still seems small. Or perhaps you're trying to build a business, but the progress is slow. Why is that? Why do some people seem to achieve so much while others struggle despite working just as hard? The answer, my friends, lies in getting serious and getting smart. Getting serious means making a real commitment to your goals. It means deciding that you're not just going to drift through life, but you're going to take control. You're going to set clear, specific goals and go after them with everything you've got. But getting serious is only part of the equation. You also need to get smart. And what do I mean by getting smart? I mean learning to work not just harder, but wiser. It's about understanding that success doesn't come from effort alone, but from a combination of effort and strategy. For example, imagine you're trying to break a rock. You can hit it with a hammer all day long, but if you don't hit it at the right angle, it's not going to break. The same is true for your life and your career. You need to find the right angle, the right approach, and that's where getting smart comes in. So how do you get smart? It starts with learning. It starts with reading books, attending seminars, and seeking out mentors who can guide you. It means being willing to ask yourself tough questions and seek the answers. Questions like, what do I really want to achieve? And what skills do I need to get there? And when you find those answers, you need to act on them, because knowledge without action is like a car without gas. It's not going to get you anywhere. You have to take what you learn and put it into practice. Try new things, make mistakes, and learn from them. That's how you grow. That's how you get smart. What are you willing to do to get serious about your future? What changes are you willing to make to get smart about your goals? Are you willing to invest time in learning and growing? Are you ready to take action and make things happen? Remember, the journey to success is not a sprint. It's a marathon. It takes time, effort, and a lot of learning. But I promise you, if you get serious and get smart, you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Let's talk about how our personal philosophy shapes our lives. Think of your philosophy as the set of the sail. The same wind blows on us all. The wind of opportunity, the wind of disaster, the wind of change. But it's the set of your sail, your philosophy, that determines your direction and destination. Now, what do I mean by errors in judgment? It's those little decisions we make every day that seem insignificant but accumulate over time. Let me give you an example. Back when I was struggling, I used to think, what difference does it make if I skip reading a book today? What harm could it do if I choose to watch TV instead? On the surface, it didn't seem like much. But over time, these small errors in judgment added up and created a gap between where I was and where I wanted to be. On the other hand, correct thinking is about making better choices, even in small things. It's about understanding the power of compound interest in life. If you read a book today, you might not notice a dramatic change immediately. But if you read a book every day for a year, imagine the difference in your knowledge, your perspective, your life. Imagine you have a garden. If you plant weeds, you're going to get weeds. But if you plant flowers and nurture them, you'll get a beautiful garden. Your mind works the same way. What are you planting in your mind every day? Are you feeding it with positive, instructive thoughts and knowledge? Or are you letting it fill up with negativity and distractions? So how can we cultivate a philosophy that leads to success? Start by being aware of your daily choices. Ask yourself, is this decision moving me closer to my goals or further away? When you choose to invest in yourself by reading, learning new skills, or developing healthy habits, you're setting your sail in the right direction. Think about the people you admire. What philosophies do they live by? What can you learn from their approach to life? Success leaves clues, and by studying the lives of those who have achieved great things, you can discover principles that you can apply to your own life. For me, one of the turning points was understanding the value of time Time is more valuable than money because you can always get more money, but you can't get more time. Once I grasped this, I became much more intentional about how I spent my days. I started valuing activities that would give me a return on my time investment, like learning, exercising, and building meaningful relationships. Here's another powerful thought, and sincerity is not a test of truth. It's possible to be sincerely wrong. You can be deeply committed to a path that's leading you in the wrong direction. That's why it's crucial to continually evaluate your philosophy and make adjustments as needed. So take a moment to reflect on your own life. Are there areas where you've been making small errors in judgment? What changes can you make today to start thinking correctly? Remember, the same wind blows on us all, but it's the set of the sail that makes the difference. Adjust your sail, refine your philosophy, and watch how your life begins to change. Getting serious about your future means getting smart about your philosophy. It's the foundation upon which all your actions are built. Make sure it's a strong one. Let's get to work on building a philosophy that leads to success, happiness, and fulfillment. You have the power to change your life by changing the way you think. This attitude is everything. It's the difference maker in our lives. It's like the engine that powers the vehicle of our success. Now, you might be wondering, why is attitude so important? How does it shape our personal and professional growth? Let me share some thoughts on this with you. 6 years ago, I knew a man who was always grumbling about his job. Every day he complained about his boss, his coworkers, his workload. His attitude was so negative that it affected not just his work, but also his relationships and his health. I couldn't see any way out of the situation. But then something changed. He attended a seminar much like this one and heard a speaker talk about the power of attitude. He realized that while he couldn't control everything in his job, he could control his attitude towards it. He decided to experiment. He started coming to work with a smile, greeting his coworkers positively, and tackling his task with enthusiasm. At first, it felt awkward, even forced. But gradually, something amazing happened. His work environment began to change. His relationships with his coworkers improved, and even his boss started to notice his positive energy. Within a few months, he was promoted. His change in attitude had transformed his professional life. Now, why does this happen? Because attitude is contagious. When you approach life with a positive attitude, you attract positive responses from others. It's like the old saying, you get what you give. If you give out negativity, you get negativity back. But if you give out positivity, you get positivity in return. How many times have you seen someone's bad mood bring down everyone around them? Or conversely, how often has someone's cheerful demeanor lifted the spirits of an entire room? Attitude is powerful. It's like a magnet that attracts similar energy. How can we harness this power of attitude in our own lives? It starts with gratitude. Gratitude is like a switch that can turn on the light of positivity in our lives. When we focus on what we have instead of what we lack, our whole perspective changes. We start to see opportunities instead of obstacles, possibilities instead of problems. Let's take a moment right now. Think about 3 things you're grateful for. They can be big things like your family or small things like the warm cup of coffee you had this morning. Gratitude doesn't just make you feel good in the moment. It sets the tone for your entire day. It's hard to be negative when you're counting your blessings. Positive thinking is another key element. Positive thinking isn't about ignoring reality or pretending everything is perfect. It's about approaching challenges with the mindset that you can handle them. It's about believing that there's a solution to every problem and that you have the capability to find it. Remember the story of Thomas Edison? He failed thousands of times before he succeeded in creating the light bulb. But he didn't see those failures as the end. Instead, he saw each one as a step closer to success. That's the power of positive thinking. It keeps you moving forward even when things get tough. But positive thinking and gratitude aren't just abstract concepts. They're practical tools you can use every day. Here's how you can start. Each morning, before you begin your day, Take a few minutes to write down what you're grateful for. Then set a positive intention for the day. It could be something simple like, today I'm going to approach my work with enthusiasm, or today I'm going to be kind to everyone I meet. Throughout the day, pay attention to your thoughts. When you catch yourself thinking negatively, pause and reframe your thought. Instead of saying, I can't do this, try saying, I can figure this out. Instead of thinking, this is too hard, remind yourself, I can handle hard things. What kind of attitude are you bringing to your life? Are you approaching your challenges with a mindset of defeat or a mindset of opportunity? Are you letting negativity hold you back, or are you using the power of positive thinking to propel you forward? I encourage you to take control of your attitude. Decide today that you're going to be positive, that you're going to be grateful, and that you're going to approach life with enthusiasm. It might not change everything overnight, but I promise you it will change you, and as you change. So with your world, let's dive into one of the most crucial elements of success: taking action. Because without action, all the great thoughts, plans, and dreams in the world amount to nothing. How many of you have ever set a goal, felt excited about it, but then let it slip away because you didn't follow through? We've all been there. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of setting a goal, but it's the day-to-day actions that make the difference. Consider the principle of sowing and reaping. It's a timeless principle that teaches us that we reap what we sow. If you plant seeds of hard work, dedication, and consistency, you will eventually reap the reward. But if you sow seeds of procrastination, inconsistency, and doubt, you'll find yourself with a harvest of regret. How do we ensure that we're taking consistent, disciplined action? It starts with setting clear, achievable goals. Goals give us direction and purpose, but setting the goal is just the beginning. You need a plan, and you need to act on that plan every single day. Identify what you want to achieve. Be specific. Instead of saying, I want to get fit, say, I want to lose 20 pounds in 6 months by exercising 5 days a week and eating a balanced diet. The more specific you are, the easier it is to create a plan. Break your goal down into small, manageable steps. If your goal is to lose 20 pounds, your first step might be to research and choose a workout plan that fits your lifestyle. The next step might be to plan your meals for the week. Each small step brings you closer to your goal. Take action every day. It doesn't have to be a giant leap. Even small steps, when taken consistently, lead to significant progress. If you commit to doing something every day, no matter how small, you'll build momentum. And once you have momentum, it's much easier to keep going. Remember the story of the tortoise and the hare? The hare was fast but inconsistent, while the tortoise was slow but steady. And who won the race? The tortoise, because he kept moving forward one small step at a time. Track your progress when you see how far you've come. It motivates you to keep going. Keep a journal, use an app, or simply mark your progress on a calendar. Seeing those small wins adds up to big motivation. But what happens when you face obstacles? Because let's be honest, every path to success has its challenges. The key is to anticipate them and plan for them. If you know that you're likely to face distractions, create a strategy to minimize. If you know that there will be days when you feel unmotivated, plan for ways to overcome that, perhaps by rewarding yourself for sticking to your plan or by reminding yourself of why you started. Surround yourself with support. Find a mentor. Join a group of like-minded individuals, or simply share your goals with a friend who will hold you accountable. It's much easier to stay committed when you have a support system cheering you on. What is one small action you could take today that will move you closer to your goal? Think about it, write it down, and commit to doing it. It might be a phone call, a bit of research, or a short workout. Whatever it is, take that step today, and then take another tomorrow. Consistent, disciplined action is the bridge between your goals and your achievements. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Remember, the principle of sowing and reaping is at work. Sow the seeds of hard work and dedication, and you will reap the rewards of success. One of the most important lessons I've learned in my life is the power of education and continuous learning. It's a principle that has guided me through every challenge and opportunity. Education isn't just something we complete in school. It's a lifelong commitment to growth and improvement. Let me share with you why this is so vital and how you can embrace learning as a way of life. How often do you take the time to learn something new? Do you read books, attend seminars, or take courses? Or do you feel like you're too busy with your daily responsibilities to fit in any learning? The truth is, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. It's how we choose to use those hours that makes the difference. Now, you might be thinking, I don't have the time to sit down and read for hours every day. But here's the thing. Lifelong learning doesn't require huge blocks of time. It's about making learning a part of your daily routine, even in small ways. Let me share some practical tips on how you can do this. Carry a book with you wherever you go. You'd be surprised how much you can read during those small pockets of time throughout your day, while waiting for an appointment, during your lunch break, or even while commuting. Those few minutes here and there add up over time. Let's talk about setting specific learning goals. Just as you set goals for your career or health, set goals for your learning. Maybe you decide to read one book a month, take an online course, or attend a workshop. By setting specific goals, you create a roadmap for your education, ensuring that you're always moving forward. Think about the impact of self-education on your professional life. In today's rapidly changing world, staying relevant means constantly upgrading your skills and knowledge. Whether it's learning a new software, mastering a new language, or understanding the latest trends in your industry, continuous learning keeps you competitive. It opens doors to new opportunities and equips you to handle challenges with confidence. How do you consider another question? And how do you currently spend your free time? Could you allocate a portion of it to learning? Perhaps instead of watching an hour of television, you could spend that time reading or taking an online course. Small adjustments in how you spend your time can lead to significant improvements in your knowledge and skills. Another effective strategy is to join a learning group or community. Just like Franklin's Junto, find a group of people who are committed to learning and growth. This could be a book club, a professional association, or an online community. The key is to surround yourself with others who value education. You'll benefit from their insights, experiences, and support, making your learning journey more enjoyable and effective. And let's not forget the value of teaching what you learn. Sharing your knowledge with others not only reinforces your own learning, but also contributes to the growth of those around you. Whether it's mentoring a colleague, giving a presentation, or simply discussing what you've learned with friends, teaching is a powerful way to deepen your understanding and make a positive impact. Now, some of you might be thinking, this all sounds great, but where do I start? Start by assessing where you are now and where you want to be. Identify the areas where you need to grow and find resources that can help you get there. It could be as simple as picking up a book on a topic you're interested in or signing up for a free online course. Remember, the goal is not to overwhelm yourself, but to make learning a continuous, enjoyable part of your life. Begin with small steps and build from there. The most important thing is to start. As you incorporate learning into your daily routine, you'll find that it becomes a habit, a natural part of who you are. I want to talk to you about something that has the power to transform your life completely, setting clear, written goals. You see, goals are like a roadmap. Without them, you might wander through life working hard, but never really getting where you want to go. But with them, you have a clear direction and purpose. Let me ask you, how many of you have written down your goals? Not just thought about them, but actually written them down. There's a magic in writing things down. When you commit your goals to paper, they become real, tangible, and you can start to plan and work towards them. Would you start building a house without a blueprint? Of course not. You need a plan. The same goes for your life. You need a blueprint for what you want to achieve. Writing down your goals is the first step in creating that blueprint. Setting goals isn't just about writing them down. You need to be clear and specific. Not enough to say, I want to be successful. What does success look like to you? Maybe it's earning a certain amount of money, starting your own business, or achieving a particular position in your career. The more specific you are, the clearer your path to achieving it. Let's break down the process of setting and achieving goals. Start by asking yourself some important questions. What do you really want to achieve? What's important to you? Take the time to reflect on these questions and write down your answers. Be honest with yourself. This is your life, your goals. Once you have a clear idea of what you want, it's time to set your goals. Make them specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. This is often called setting SMART goals. For example, instead of saying, I want to lose weight, say, I want to get fit in the next 6 months by exercising 3 times a week and eating a balanced diet. This goal is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. But what happens when you encounter obstacles? Because let's face it, life is full of unexpected challenges. This is where perseverance comes in. You need to be prepared for setbacks and be willing to adjust your plan. Maybe you have an unexpected expense one month and can't save as much as you planned. Don't get discouraged. Adjust your plan, make up for it in the following months, and keep moving forward. Another key aspect is reviewing your goals regularly. This keeps them fresh in your mind and helps you stay focused. Every morning, take a few minutes to review your goals and remind yourself why they're important. This daily ritual keeps you motivated and on track. Celebrate your progress. Every step you take towards your goal is a victory. Celebrating these small wins keeps you motivated and reminds you that you're making progress. It's like climbing a mountain. Every few steps, take a moment to look back and appreciate how far you've come. Let's think about the bigger picture. What kind of life do you want to create? What are your dreams and aspirations? Setting and achieving goals is not just about reaching specific milestones. It's about creating a life that reflects your values and passions. It's about becoming the person you want to be. So let's bring it all together. Start by writing down your goals. Make them clear and specific. Create a detailed plan. Break it down into manageable steps and take consistent action every day. Be prepared for setbacks and be willing to adjust review your goals regularly and celebrate your progress. Imagine where you could be a year from now if you start setting and working towards your goals today. Think about the satisfaction and fulfillment you'll feel as you achieve each milestone. You have the power to create the life you want, one goal at a time. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered today. We began with the importance of getting serious and getting smart about your future. We talked about the power of a positive attitude and how it shapes our personal and professional growth. We discussed the significance of consistent, disciplined action and the timeless principle of sowing and reaping. We highlighted the power of education and continuous learning, and we explored the process of setting clear, written goals and creating a plan to achieve them. Now let's think about how all these pieces fit together. Your philosophy is the foundation of everything. It's your set of beliefs and attitudes that guides your actions. When you have a positive attitude, you approach life's challenges with resilience and optimism. You take consistent, disciplined action because you understand that every small step brings you closer to your goals. You commit to lifelong learning, always seeking to improve and grow, and you set clear, written goals that give you direction and purpose. So what's next? How do you take what you've learned here today and apply it to your life? Start by making a commitment to yourself. Decide that you're going to take control of your future. Write down your goals and create a plan. Take action every day, no matter how small. Surround yourself with positive influences and never stop learning. What will you do with what you've learned today? Will you take action? Will you set goals? Will you commit to learning and growing every day? The choice is yours. No one else can do it for you. But promise you, if you take these steps, you will see incredible changes in your life. I want to leave you with a powerful thought. Imagine yourself a year from now, having applied everything we discussed today. Picture the success you've achieved, the goals you've reached, the person you've become. Hold that image in your mind and let it inspire you every day.